These happy travelers are heading to the famed Inca side of Machu Picchu on a rock and roll narrow gauge railroad. They're with Conservation Volunteers International program, conservation VIPs if you will, and will help restore a settlement on the Inca Trail. This is the same path that archaeologist Hiram Bingham took back in 1911, the year that he's credited with finding the Inca citadel in the clouds, past the cornfields irrigated by the Urubamba River, much as they were over a century ago. Bingham was a pioneer on a mission to find a lost city. Today, a different kind of adventurer follows in his wake, volunteers on their own mission to protect some of the very Inca wonders that he found.
Give the opportunity to really see the place. Plus the people that are running the trip have an awful lot to say. Very informative. So,
you're happy so far?
Oh, excellent. Yeah, excellent trip.
Then it was off along the streets of Aguas Calientes, also known as Machu Picchu City, to the bus that would take us up the twisting, winding road to the sacred city. Riding the bus is an experience itself, rising about 1,000 feet from the valley floor to the entrance of Machu Picchu. It's not an easy hike to get into the sacred city. In fact, it's quite a climb, but the rewards are certainly worth the effort. There it is, atop a precarious mountain ridge, surrounded by other peaks sacred to the Inca, the famous sacred city itself, Machu Picchu. Now here we are, high above the sacred valley, home to numerous other Inca sites, but here we were hearing from Dr. Bill Sapp, an American archaeologist licensed in Peru, tell about the history of the place and the people who built it in about 1450. Named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983, Machu Picchu was voted one of the new 7 wonders of the world in a worldwide internet poll in 2007. Dr. Bill led the group towards the main entrance to the sacred district within Machu Picchu proper, where he described how it would have appeared when the Inca himself entered.
So we have a main gate to the city here, and if you look up above it, there is a rock protruding above the lintel that's got a hole in it, and then on either side of the gateway there is a square hole with a post in it. And it's been hypothesized that there was a doorway that was hung from that post on top of the lintel and then would have folded upwards.
Looking in on the sacred temple of 3 windows, Dr. Bill gave his best shot at how the Inca built this sacred viewpoint at the eastern sunrise location.
Also take a look at the architecture on those walls. Some of those stones are absolutely massive. And of course, they run from wall to wall. So this is the Imperial Inca style. This is also a building that we call a masma. It's a 3-sided building. You see there's a niche on either of the gable ends, and it's so long that you could not have gotten one single piece of wood to stretch across there, so they've put a pillar in the middle.
I'm really enjoying the trip. I'm enjoying getting to know people who are like-minded and enjoying the same types of travel I do, and seeing things in a way that I feel is unique to the travel industry.
And you?
And I sure like the rocks. The Incas carved those big boulders into neat, where you can't even stick a piece of paper between them. So.
More visual treasures would await on this visit, and so would our ultimate destination, Cochabamba, where with the blessing of our local hosts, the volunteers would set to work at the task they signed up to tackle, helping restore a remarkable Inca site.